everybody, my name is Ofelia Berumen with Las Vegas Got Talent, and I like to introduce the very talented Nja Onê, and she's going to take us on a tour of her inspirational pieces of art, and we're very excited to share this with the community. Nja, come on down and share your passion with us.
Well, thank you very much, Ophelia, and welcome to my home and my gallery.
Thank you for having us here. Now, I've heard so much about how art heals. Can you share some of your personal stories about that?
Well, I have a very personal story, and that's what brought all this art to life, literally. Not too long ago, I had a very traumatic experience in my own life. My mother passed away, and I didn't know at the time what memories it was going to bring back. What happened was I started remembering all the abuse that I suffered as a child that I blocked out completely. I had no idea. When that happened, the vision and the memories were so intense, so complete, that I lost the ability to read, to write, to speak, and I could no longer leave my home. Everything stopped for me. And in that place where I thought I was all alone, that no one was there, in that dark place, my art found me. And they came to me, the spirits came to me, and they told me and shared their stories of survival, of hope. And when I had the ability to start to paint at least, I started painting again. And so the art truly and literally heals. It healed me. And that's why I share my art with everyone, because I want them to know that through the creative process, they can heal too, and live whatever dreams they want.
That's beautiful. And I love this piece of art. Can you tell us what it is and what was going through your mind when you put it together?
Well, but with this one, and this is Las Vegas red light district. So,
I like that
and
name.
Inspired by Miss Josephine Baker, one of my idols. And I was invited to Chicago for the Pilsen Open Studios as a featured artist. This was a couple of years ago. And they asked me to do an interactive art project inside the window of the gallery. And I was like, what can I do? And I thought of who's fun and lively and exciting. And even though she's not necessarily a Las Vegas persona, but to encapsulate all of that. So I picked Josephine Baker, and I actually painted this over a 3-day period inside the window of the gallery. So children and adults would walk by every day and see how she progressed. And so it was a lot of fun, especially the kids. They loved it, especially when I had her upside down, because I am kind of short. So I had to get her down, and I would turn her upside down, and I'd be painting and then flip it back over, and they'd go, oh, wow, that's what that is. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, it's inspired by Miss Josephine Baker.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, you're so creative with the feathers and real material, and her nails are even painted red.
Well, she's a lady,
So
you know you
detailed.
gotta do it, yes.
Yeah, you gotta do those toenails. But we're gonna thank you for sharing that. That's a beautiful
Absolutely.
story.
Sure.
But we're gonna move on to some of your other pieces of art. So let's take a look at those ones. They're beautiful.
Oh yeah, my goodness. This is, like I said, this is my studio, my gallery, and my home. So there's always something to look at, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's come down and share some of that. So I was just admiring your other art pieces, and I really like the one with Legrand. What is the name of that beautiful lady?
Mama Legrand.
Mama Legrand. Yeah, could you tell us a little bit of her story and
Sure.
how you got inspired to paint her?
Well, like I tell my students, because I do teach, and I'm so privileged. That was like one of my major things. I said, if I knew that if my dreams came true completely when I was able to share this and teach as well. So with Mama Legrand, and they are spirits, they do come, and she told me about her life experience, which is a sad story, but at the same time it's very inspirational for me and life affirming. And she was born a slave, and she lived in a plantation outside of New Orleans. and she's telling me her story. And at the time that we met, as I met her, and she's telling me her story, she was after slavery was done, and it was during the Reconstruction period. And she took a job as a washerwoman in New Orleans. Now, all these other people that was freed, and they was like, you need to go north and start a new life. But she wouldn't go. And the reason being is that her little boy was taken away from her when he was only 3 or 4 years old. And she was sold away during slavery. And she feels that now that everyone's free, that he's going to come back and look for her. That he's
because that's a mother's hope.
Exactly.
That's your child.
Exactly.
You never want to give up on that hope.
Exactly. So she waits for him and looks for him in the crowd and hopes that one day he'll find her again. So.
And I can see it in the picture. I mean, she has a little bit of bitterness and she's mad, but at the same time you can see the hopefulness in her.
Exactly.
I love that.
Well, thank her. And the one thing that still amazes me to this day, is that they always tell me something I've never known. It's some obscure historical fact that unless you're looking for it, you'd never know about it. And each painting has shared that with me, and how does that happen?
Yeah, and that's so powerful. What you said that the spirits and they appear to you.
Yes.
Do you usually get these visions while you're sleeping in your dreams, or even during the day? Do they just pop and start talking to you? That's pretty powerful.
Well, yeah. Usually it's that twilight time, like just when you're getting ready to go to sleep, or when you're just getting ready to wake up. That's when they're the strongest, and when they introduce themselves to me. From that point on, once they're introduced, they're there. They've moved in, they're in the house, they're talking all the time. And I usually there's several of them talking at the same time, and I'm always saying, listen, can you just be a little respectful? And some are more respectful than others.
We were respectful because I'm working on her first.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
She came before you.
Exactly.
You gotta wait for your turn.
That's exactly what I say. That's exactly what I say. But sometimes it doesn't necessarily work out. Say, listen, I have to be first, and they will push people out the way. And
That's
and
amazing.
Yeah, they're first. And I always wonder. I was like, what? Can we all just get along? So, but what happens is usually it's for a really good reason. I've learned that when someone pushes ahead of others, it's for a reason.
Because they want to be known. They want people to know them. And because you're such a spiritual woman, they find you, because they want someone like them.
Yeah, well, everyone wants someone to listen to them, don't they? Right. And I think that's really what it is. But what I found out is that when I completed the painting and was at an exhibit, that someone needed to hear their story. Oh. So it's never for me, it's for someone else, and they know that I need to be here for this reason.
Right.
And that's the reason why they push ahead. Right. And I always think it's selfish, but obviously, I'm not listening completely, putting my 2 cents in. Right. And so that's what happens, yeah.
And I love this other piece that I was admiring. There's so much story behind this one with the big necklace, and she's a totally beautiful African woman, and I can see her doing the African dance, and like an African beauty queen.
Oh, thank you.
What's the story behind her? How did she appear to you?
Now, the name of that painting is called Wedding Day.
Oh, yeah. Wedding Day.
And I've been asked before that, where did the titles come from? Well, they tell me.
They even tell you what you want them to name them?
They tell me their names. And because some have the name, like Mama Legrand, it's her name, or what she's known as, the Great Mother. Or they tell me what is important. Like that pivotal day, that pivotal year of you. Everyone has one, don't they? Mm-hmm. That year when it changed everything. And so a lot of the ones that you hear a date, it's from that time. So Wedding Day is the day she was married. And she doesn't know, her mother, it's a mother-daughter story, really. She's talking about her wedding day and her mother telling her what's going to happen. Because in that era, they got married very young. And she was part of a Zulu tribe. But she didn't understand that once you marry the husband from another tribe, you're gone forever. He takes you to his tribe, and you're part of his family from that point on. And she's young, and she's excited, and it's the music, and it's the food, and she has no idea. But the mom is calmly, patiently telling her, and she didn't understand until after.
Mm-hmm. So that is I love everything you're talking about, and this is such valuable information for people out there, especially people who are into arts, and we want to get you out there. We want people to get to know what a talented woman you are.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. But let's talk a little bit about murals. I know you've done a couple of those projects, and that really amazes me how you can just think about something that a story to put behind that huge wall. I mean, what has your experience been like doing that?
Oh, I had such a great time. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. But I you know what? I'm so happy that things talk to me. But they do. And so I'll talk to the building, I talk to the walls, and I ask them, I was like, you know what do you think? And then it's like a projector. It comes out, and then I can see exactly what's going to go on the wall, if my initial idea makes sense, or if I need to scrap it and start all over again. So that has happened. Or just add to it, which happens too. So it started a few years ago. I was approached by a nonprofit organization that approached me and asked me to do a mural for the city. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I had no idea until we were on a radio show to promote the mural that I was going to be the first woman muralist for the city.
Yay!
I remember, woman power. So I didn't know. So I sat there. I was like, dumbfounded. I had no idea. I was like, really? I was like, yeah, you didn't know? I was like, no. But it's such a great time. I had so much fun. And it was on the side of an entire building. I think it was like 9 or 10 feet high, and climbing up the ladder and doing my thing and having a good time. And all three, and I've done 3 consecutive murals on 3 consecutive years. The only one,
wonderful.
the only artist in the city that had that privilege as well. So I'm very, very honored about that. And they're all located behind the Stratosphere. There's an art drive that the city is developing, and so I'm part of that project. But the funniest thing, and everyone says, oh, it's behind the Stratosphere, it's the naked city. Oh, it's dangerous back there, oh my goodness. Well, let me tell you something. The people there were so amazing and so kind. They brought me milk and cookies, and I'm talking about the rough people. Now we're talking about gang stuff, and girl, you're okay, let me know if someone's bothering you. I mean, they've been amazing. Everyone has been so kind and so sweet to me as I've done different projects there. Really, really, really cool. So people are people, and as long as they know you're doing something positive, they reciprocate. They give you positive back.
Right. And they appreciate it.
Yeah, they've actually told me that.
They to support you and see your finished work.
Yeah.
And they're excited. They're excited to see what's going to be on the wall.
Exactly, and that's what they said. It was like, oh, we get together in the evenings, because I painted in during the day, of course. But they get together in the evenings and said, wow, we wonder what's going to happen next. What's it going to look like at the end? And they thanked me for bringing the community together.
Right. And that's what we're doing with Las Vegas Got Talent. We try to share true talent to the community, and I mean that I think the community is really appreciating that.
Well, I know it is.
Part of it.
I know it is. Las Vegas. I think sometimes it gets a really crazy bum rap. I think so, because
but we're not that bad.
Vegas is amazing, and I've met so many people that has moved here from other places. Like I've moved here from New York, and my husband is from California.
You're from New York?
I'm a New York girl.
Oh, you don't sound like a New Yorker.
Years and years of my mother training me. But when I get angry, it comes out.
The New Yorker comes out.
You know what?
I actually like the New York accent.
Well, thank you. Well, hopefully I won't get upset. So it won't matter. But
don't get mad at me.
I had such a great time. It was just, oh my goodness. It's just about bringing that flavor, and so many people from different places in the world, from the United States, bring all these different ingredients and flavors to Las Vegas. It makes it such an exciting place but not in the way that most people think. Because Las Vegas is very quiet. You have to go, you have to get in your car, get dressed, get in the car, drive down to the Strip, drive downtown, and then you get the excitement that Las Vegas is known for.
Right.
But in the communities, it's pretty quiet.
Can you share some of the highlights of what's available now?
Ooh, okay, well, let's see. Here we go.
I know, where do you start?
Well, let's see. I started a line of pet sculptures, which you can contact me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/NjaArt, NJAART, and you'll see my page. But you can contact me there or on my website, which is NjaOnê.com, and contact me about doing a pet sculpture for you, in memorial of a pet that passed away, or to celebrate a pet that you have right now, because they're always the center of the family, aren't they?
Yes, so now I have two, so you can make sculptures of my...
No worries, girl. Come
and
on.
it would be like a replica of what they look like now?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be beautiful. I
Yeah.
would love to have a sculpture, because they're my babies. I just
But
love
of
them
course,
so much.
of course, and different sizes, it doesn't. But paintings, I do three-dimensional paintings as well, but I really like the sculptures because I think it's just a different element. So that's one.
And you make them out of clay and,
Yes.
and they're same colors that they are?
Exactly.
That is amazing. I would love to do that for my
Well, thank
two
you.
chihuahuas.
Uh-oh, feisty.
Yeah, like the mama. You get a little feisty. But yeah, and any live shows or fundraisers are you working on?
I'm in negotiations with 3 different organizations right now, and so I don't say anything until the ink is dry. At the same, but but I'm in negotiations with 3 different nonprofit organizations right now to bring to a fundraising event. But I'm always available, and I perform my show in here and overseas. So it's a lot of fun and a very inspirational show. Also, of course, my teaching. I'm always accepting students and love to. Any age is acceptable. I love that. Different organizations, senior homes or children's groups, and like I said, the homeschooling community, I'm talking to them right now. So that's another one. Wow. Let's see. Oh,
and I saw some of your jewelry. You
Yes.
also do handcrafted original journey.
Yeah.
Journey, excuse me. Jewelry.
Yes.
And how did you get started with the jewelry?
Wow. Well, you know what? Now I'm going to have to segue to my mom because it's a mom story.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, my mother loved to collect costume jewelry. And so when she passed away, literally there was like a dresser full. It was just outrageous, so much. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm going through it, and it always gave me such great memories. Well, there's a couple of her very close friends wanted a piece, and of course, I gave it to them. And then I started thinking of what can I do to keep Mom around all the time. So I started breaking up her jewelry, and I put it in my hair. So you'll see little pieces of jewelry, and it's my mom's.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
God bless her.
And then I was like, wow, I like the idea of putting something of my mom to give to other people. So I started breaking up her jewelry and making new jewelry to incorporate it into. And so that's how that all came about. And so that's it. So it's interesting, and it's messy, and it's fun, and it's funky. And I love that because that's what my mom was. It was always, her dresser was always a tangled mess of chains and stuff, and I would always take it apart. So I like that feel of just of what I would see when I'd open her dressers.
So how long does these pieces of jewelry go back to? When
Oh, I still have pieces that from when I was a little girl. I can remember them when I was like 7, 8 years old. Yeah, I still have it because I don't give every piece away. I incorporate pieces into it.
Oh,
So I'll always have something of hers to share with other people.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Oh, yeah, no worries. It's a lot of fun. Oh, let's see. Can I say something else?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
So I was
good.
just going to ask you anything else you'd like to share.
Oh, well, I have a line of vases, so I also do vases as well, and which I love. It's a lot of fun because I love to take art and change it and make it something fun and functional at the same time. So maybe you have all the artwork you could possibly stand on your walls, but there's always a vase or something to put on a table. That's also a conversation piece, so that's fun. I've always made all my costumes for my stage show. I've always done all of them. And my son.
Yeah, that's a beautiful gown you're wearing.
Oh,
Did
well,
you design that?
Well, you know what? I'll find it and change it, or I'll make it from scratch. And this one I found and changed, so it's a little bit different. But I like to, if I find something crazy and funky, I'll just change it up and make it my own. So I'll do that too. But my son, who's a singer, I design all his stage outfits as well.
Does he sing here in
Yes,
town?
he does.
Where?
Yes, he does. He's plugged for the son. he's gonna be performing at the Fiesta at the Eagle One All Stars at the Fiesta the 22nd and the 23rd of this month, so up to August.
Make sure you invite us. We'd love to go see him.
Sure. He's awesome.
Because I'm assuming you're going to be there, right?
Well, I'll be there later because there might have a little bit of a conflict. It's going to be a negotiation with something else that might hit the same day or might be happening the same day. So we'll see. The ink isn't dry. And when it is, I tell. Until then, we're talking.
Right.
But if that does happen, then I'll be doing something else earlier during the day. But then, of course, I have to go support the baby.
Of course.
Yes. But he wears, so I do all his stage outfits. I do all his designs. I design them and make them myself.
Mm-hmm. And what is his name?
His name is Kevon Tyree.
And what kind of music does he do? Just cover songs or?
Everything. He has some originals.
Funk, rock.
Everything you can imagine. You know, which I'm really glad. I wanted my kids to be exposed to everything. And I'm so grateful that they latched on to that and said, you know what, there is no such thing as good and bad music. I love everything. My husband and I, we love all music, and I'm grateful that my kids and his children as well enjoy that too.
Right, yeah, and he definitely got a piece of the artistic side of you, you know, because singing is an art.
Yes, it is.
It's just a different form than painting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nja, we just want to thank you so much for your time and sharing your talent, and looking forward to sharing you out there, putting a word for you, for your business, and thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to share?
Well, thank you, Ofelia, for coming and inviting me and coming to the home and just being just a positive spirit and to living your dream and making it a reality. I'm so proud to be part of it, so thank you. And for anyone that want to contact me, I'm sure it'll be posted, so it's okay, but may I do another plug?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
This is your interview.
So, to contact me, of course, you can always contact me on Facebook. So, facebook.com/NjaArt or NjaOney.com, changed it. You know, or just send me a message, send me a line, anything.
Like Nja on Facebook, friend her, follow her. You're an amazing woman.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.